Andy Lyons Jetty imagines it should be easy to embrace the Tennessee Titans as the next exciting team set to deliver an injection of youth into the NFL every week. But for most of 2017, they've made it so damn hard. They teased and sputtered for the first 5 weeks. An impressive showing against the Seattle Seahawks ended in a 33-27 win, which should have been a statement victory. Then the roars from that week were followed by whimpers after a 57-14 beatdown loss to the Houston Texans and a 16-10 thud at home against the rudderless Miami Dolphins. Through it all, however, there was still a sense that when everything came together offensively, if quarterback Marcus Mariota was somewhat healthy, if Eric Decker and an impressive group of receivers showed up, and if a powerful rushing offense kept doing its bulldozing, the 2017 Titans we expected could finally arrive. We may have witnessed that during the second half of a 36-22 win over the Indianapolis Colts, a primetime triumph highlighted by 21 fourth-quarter points. It was a win that encapsulated the Titans' season so far, with one significant exception: the resilience of Mariota. He led an offense that kept knocking on the door of the end zone before finally busting it down with this 53-yard bucket drop to wide receiver Taywan Taylor and Fletton Fawad. A throw. Marcus Mariota with an absolute dime for the 53-yard TD. Instant Tittenab https://t.co75blqhmmx 20,171,017.03114. That was the second of 3 fourth-quarter Titans touchdowns. It came after Tennessee had scored 15 points over the first 3 periods and squandered 2 trips into the red zone. That included one where they settled for a field goal after having 4 snaps at or inside the Colts' 5-yard line. There was frustration when drives stalled out and the Titans had to kick 5 field goals. But there was also promise and hope masked by that disappointment. Bubbling below the surface was an offense waiting to pounce on a 30th-ranked Colts secondary that had given up 8.3 yards per pass attempt prior to Week 6. Treading water for much of the game and producing any points at all was an accomplishment for a hobbled quarterback. Mariota missed Week 5 due to a hamstring injury, and with his usual speed zapped, he was forced into an uncomfortable situation. He had to become a pocket passer, something that's still a little foreign to him. Being confined to the pocket is an appropriately spooky thought for Mariota as Halloween season approaches. And that showed, especially with his first interception thrown almost right at Colts outside linebacker John Simon, who was standing about 4 yards away. NFL ad NFL diaresis pick 6 diaresis at Colts lb at JOHNESIMO and 51 takes the Mariota pass to the house. Instant Colts https://t.coxa7jgebxjg 20,171,017.02065. It felt like a downward spiral was starting with that pick 6. But then a quarterback robbed of his athleticism, the weapon that makes him a unique threat, steadied himself. There was a flicker of life late in the third quarter, starting with his 21-yard strike to Decker. Later in the same drive, he also connected with wide receiver Rishard Matthews on a pinpoint 16-yard throw down the right sideline. That came on 3rd-and-12, a time when crushing disappointment should have darkened the Titans' soul. But instead, Mariota and Matthews marched forward on what became an 87-yard touchdown drive capped by a plunging 3-yard run from DeMarco Murray at the goal line. James Kenny Associated Press: that drive was a moment for the Titans to exhale, and for us to nod and say, yes, this is the team we expected. And yes, here's the cannon-earned quarterback who can play the hero. Mariota threw for 104 yards in the fourth quarter alone, which came after a first half with 108 yards. He was both resilient and forgetful, while able to put first-half stumbles behind him and come through by powering a late offensive surge. The result was his 4th career 300-plus yard passing game. He finished with 306 yards, a completion percentage of 71.9, and most importantly, a win to keep the Titans hanging around in the annually muddled AFC South. The real trick now is staying on top of that division. To do that, the Titans need to find a way to keep Mariota upright and healthy, as has missed 6 games over 3 seasons. Once has mended, the real Titans might show up more often. Tennessee can still win with Mariota at less than full health, and do it with their 2-headed backfield that ran for 171 yards Monday. But it gets a lot easier when an athletically gifted quarterback is throwing to young, explosive targets like Taylor and Matthews. If the fourth quarter is a sign of what's ahead, then winning could indeed get easier fast. But predicting anything with these 2017 Titans has led to plenty of headaches and heartbreak already.